Good morning Davao, good morning Mindanao, good morning North, South, East, and West. This is Gilbert Lopez Martije Katso for the headlines. Weather forecast, easterlies affecting southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Local news, man nabbed for bomb joke. Worsening traffic. DCWD advises customers anew to store water due to heavy rains. 9 Davaoenyo centenarians get 100,000 pesos from CSWDO. National news. PH wants to talk with China on West Philippine Sea. DFA's Manalo. Ombudsman Jangs Alice Goos bid versus suspension order. International news. Last resorts. Educators, parents in Malaysia frowned on Anwar's calls for Singapore volunteers to teach English. Intended contract and stricter term for firm managing Malaysia's migrant labor entry. Entertainment news. Britney Spears, attorney Matthew Rosegart, no longer representing singers after finalizing litigation for her conservatorship. David Lee Cauco on drawbacks of being a popular actor. Sports news. Mattia Sakagnes last gaps equalizer sends Italy through to knockout stage and breaks Croatia hearts. Dwayne Ramos ready to make on-point guards duties for short-handed Gilas in FIBA OQT. Featured stories. Dior's nods to sports with jersey fabrics in Paris Haute Couture show. Walking from Intramuros to Escolta will be easier when the newest phase of the Pasig River development opens in August. Side stories and trivia. Did you know that Davao del Norte is the country's leading producer of bananas? Weather forecast. The rest of the country will partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms due to localized thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides during severe thunderstorms. Man nabbed for bomb joke. The suspect, who was recently arrested after blurting out a joke that he was carrying a bomb inside his bag in a local shopping center along JP Laurel, Davao City, is set to face legal charges in relation to Presidential Decree PD 1727 declaring bomb jokes as unlawful. In a spot report provided by the Davao City Police Office or DCPO, an incident occurred on Sunday afternoon, June 24, 2024 by Juan alias Nelson, a resident of South Bay, Agdao, inside a supermarket. According to the authorities, security guards of the supermarkets heard a suspect jokingly tells his live-in partner that he had explosive device with him, prompting them to inspect him. The suspect is now detained at Bahada Police Station for proper disposition of his case and for further investigation. Section 1 of PD 1727 states that any person who by word or of mouth or through the use of a mail, telephone, telegram, or telegraph, printed materials and other instrument or means of communication willfully makes any threat or malicious conveys, communicates, transmits, imparts, passes on, or otherwise disseminates false information will face legal consequences. Worsening traffic. Davao City is known for its slogan, "Life is Here," boasting as one of the safest and cleanest city in the Philippines. Aside from that, it also highlights the discipline of its residents and the culture of security they adhere to. However, Davaoenos and tourists alike also agree on one issue the city is facing nowadays: the ever worsening traffic situation. As the economy of the city grows, so does its population. The Philippine Statistic Authority Davao Region, PSA Davao 2020 Census of Population and Housing said that as of May 1, 2020, the city is home to 1,776,949 individuals due to the city's high population density and the volume of vehicles and public transportation that pass by the main thoroughfares daily. Drivers and commuters are dealing with a heavy traffic situation during rush hours and with lengthy travel times. To combat the worsening traffic, the city government of Davao and its traffic authorities had tried multiple actions to find a solution. This includes the road widening and implementing the peak hours augmentation by a bus system, PHABS. Mary Vic Samantha de la Cruz, a 23-year-old dentistry student living in Mintal, Davao City means commuting every day to school in downtown. She said that on the average, her usual travel time is around 50 minutes, but if lack of is not on her side, it would take about 2 to 3 hours before she reaches home. DCWD advises customers anew to store water due to heavy rains. The Davao City Water District DCWD has once again advised its customers to store water on June 24, 27, 29, and 30, 2024 due to heavy rains expected to affect those served by the Davao City Bulk Water Supply Project, DCBWDP. This marks the fourth advisory from the water utility company regarding potential prolonged water interruption. Previous advisories from the DCWD instructing customers to store water include from June 1 to 6, June 7 to 9, and June 20 to 23. In its latest advisory, Davao City Water District warned residents serviced by the DCBWDP to store water in clean, covered containers in anticipation of a low water pressure or possible disruption in water supply on June 24, 27, 29, and 30. Earlier, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA officially declared the start of the rainy season on May 29, 2024 following months of drought. 9 Davaoeno centenarians get 100,000 pesos from CSWDO. The Davao City Social Welfare and Development Office, CSWDO, awarded 9 Davaoeno centenarians 100,000 pesos cash each from June 18 to 21, 2024. Julie Dayaday, CSWDO head, said in a phone interview with Sunstar Davao on Sunday morning, June 23, 2024, that they had given 100,000 pesos cash to 9 Davaoeno centenarians in the city through house-to-house distribution. The centenarians were Cheng Xiong Oy, Catalina Naraval, Felisa Diligencia, Lilian Carriedo, Elizabeth Gerzon, Josefina Serrano, Olpiana Dalumpines, Panadim Makatundog, and Rosario Aglipa. Dayaday added that aside from the cash, the centenarians were also given a plaque. The 9 centenarians were the first batch of centenarians who received cash from the Davao City government this year, and there will be another batch who will receive the same soon. The CSWDO had explained that they opted for house-to-house distribution to spare the centenarians the stress they would experience on traveling, especially since some of them are already bedridden in the wheelchair. In 2022, about 20 centenarians were awarded the same amount of cash, and by 2023, another 20 also received the same. In June 2024, the Yaday said 13 centenarians will be granted the same. National news. Philippines wants to talk China on West Philippine Sea, DFA Manalo. The Philippines will work hard to bring China back to the table for talks amid ongoing tension in the West Philippine Sea. Department of Foreign Affairs DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo told the Senate inquiry on Tuesday. The Philippines earlier said the latest incident in Ayungin Shoal between Filipino troops and China Coast Guard was neither a misunderstanding nor an accident. It is a deliberate act of the Chinese official doom to prevent us from completing our mission, Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. said at the palace briefing on Monday. 7 Filipino troops were hurt, including one who lost his thumb when Chinese Coast Guard personnel harassed a Philippine resupply mission to Ayungin Shoal in West Philippine Sea on June 17. The Ayungin Shoal, which is also called Second Thomas Shoal, is located 105 nautical miles west of Palawan and is within the Philippine 200-mile Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, and is part of its continental shelf. Ombudsman Jang Alice Guos bid versus suspension order. The Office of the Ombudsman has junked Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guos bid to lift the 6 months preventive suspension slapped against her over her alleged link to a raided Philippine offshore gaming operator, Pugo, in her jurisdiction. The Ombudsman resolution dated June 21 said it is standing by its preliminary finding that there are sufficient grounds to hold that the evidence against Go and the other respondents are strong. Aside from Go, also suspended by the Ombudsman were Bamban Business Permit and Licensing Office BPLO Officer Edwin Campo and Municipal Legal Officer Aden Sigua. The Ombudsman suspended the three in May to keep them from interfering in the investigation following the complaint filed by the Department of Interior and Local Government DILG, which is accusing them of committing grave misconduct, serious dishonesty, gross neglect of duty, and conduct prejudicial to best interests of the service. In its resolution signed by Ombudsman Samuel R. Martires, there is evidence that Go has business interests in Baofu Land Development Incorporated, owner of the land where the raided Fugo was located. This was shown by a Tarlac Electric Cooperative Incorporated statement of account dated March 8, 2024, under Go's name that was seized during the March 13, 2024 raid in the Baofu compound for alleged human trafficking and serious illegal detention. International news. Last resort, educators' parents in Malaysia frown on Anwar's calls for Singapore volunteers to teach English. Kuala Lumpur, a lack of educational infrastructure and resources as well as excessive duties could be behind Malaysia's English teaching woes, say observers as they call for a revamp of the country's English curriculum. This comes on the back of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's recent meeting with his Singapore counterpart, Mr. Lawrence Wong, where Mr. Anwar suggested sending volunteers from the Lion City to poor and remote areas of Malaysia to teach the language. However, expert CNA spoke to say that the quality of the country's English education goes beyond the number and competency of teachers. National Union of the Teaching Profession NUTP Secretary General Fauzi Shingon told CNA that the Ministry of Education MOE should conduct research and produce data on the shortage of proficiency of English teachers and understand the real reason. They need to go to the ground in good faith to know the real issues, not just based in it on experts with PhDs who sit in administrative capital or Putrajaya and go out from time to time. That won't work, he said. Extended contract and stricter terms for firm managing Malaysia's migrant labor entry. Malaysia has extended the contract of the firm behind the IT system, which manage migrant workers' entry in the country, though under stricter terms, according to a senior government official. A press conference on Monday, June 24, Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said that the contract extension for Bistinet SDN BHD was decided in principle by the Malaysian cabinet several weeks ago, Free Malaysia Today, FMT, reported. While he reportedly confirmed Bistinet's extension, he added the new contract was subject to stricter conditions according to the local media. Mr. Saifuddin also said that the government had set up a committee to discuss the details of Bistinet's contract extension, set for another 3 years. The committee, which will be headed by Chief Secretary to the Government, Muad Suki Ali, will discuss the terms and conditions of companies that introduce security technology for the centralized management system of migrant workers. Entertainment news. Britney Spears attorney Matthew Rosegart no longer representing singers after finalizing litigation for her conservatorship. Matthew Rosegart, the litigator who has represented Britney Spears for the past 3 years and successfully advocated for her release from the court-ordered conservatorships, is no longer representing the singer, according to a source with direct knowledge of the matter. Rosengart stepping down comes as all litigation pertaining to Spears' former conservatorship has been resolved, reinstating the pop star's independence and releasing her from the probate system. 2 months ago, under Rosengart representation, Spears reached a settlement with her estranged father, avoiding a potentially heated trial and concluding their continuous dispute over legal fees that had persisted beyond the termination of her conservatorship in November 2021. With the settlements reached and all other loose ends tied to Spears, litigation finalized. Rosengart, who is a Los Angeles-based partner at the firm Greenberg Traurig, is moving on to focus on his heavy caseload for other clients, the source said. At the time of the settlement, Rosengart told CNN it has been our honor and privilege to represent, protect, and define Britney Spears, calling her an icon and a brilliant and brave artist of historic and epic proportion. David Licauco and drawbacks of being a popular actor. Well, David Licauco said he is enjoying his time working in front of the camera. The self-confessed introvert added that the hardest part about being an artist is the attention from people. I find it hard to adjust to fame, especially because I am an introvert. Since I will be taking with a lot of people during this media conference, I know this will take a lot of energy from me. I appreciate this kind of interview with you because it's intimate, David told Inquirer Entertainment, but when I am at MediaCon, I change. If you see me there and notice that I'm talking nonsense, that means I'm already stressed. Being surrounded by a lot of people really stress me out. I tend to open up when I'm in a more intimate setting. The media conference held on Thursday was to promote Catherine Camarillo's romantic comedy, That Kind of Love, which is also David's first big screen project with Love Team partner Barbie Forteza. I think there are two kinds of artists. The first does to for passion and the second treats is as work. David began, I don't walk around feeling like I'm an artist or artista, a celebrity. I look at this as a work that is not so different from the work of a doctor. For example, it just so happened that a big part of this particular kind of work is that people know me. I try not to let that get to my head. David continued, of course, I am not perfect. If someone approaches me for a picture, I would obviously smile. But there were times when I win. In my mind, I would say, I want some alone time. Of course, I understand where they are coming from. They don't know that I'm tired, or that I suffer from sleep apnea, or that I'm an introvert. For the sports news, Euro 2024, Mattia Sakagnes' last gaps equalizer sends Italy through the knockout stage and break Croatia hearts. Mattia Sakagnes' last-minute stunner earned Italy a 1-1 draw and sent the defending champion through to a last 16 of Euro 2024, breaking Croatia hearts in the process. Luka Modric's goal 10 minutes in the second half after he had just missed a penalty looked like it would be enough to earn the Batrini a place in the knockout stages. But Sakani had other ideas, latching onto Ricardo's Calapriores pass in the 98th minute and lending and bending his shot past the outreached hand of Dominic Livakovic and into the top corner. I proved to be the penultimate kick of the match as the referee blew for full time immediately after the restart and distraught Croatia players, only second earlier on the brink of glory sinking to the turf. Modric cut a forlorn figure on the bench and buried his face in his hands. Dwight Ramos ready to take on-point guards duties for short-handled Gilas in a FIBA OQT. Dwight Ramos will finally get to suit up for Gilas Pilipinas in the PBA Olympic qualifiers. The 6'4" fan favorite guard previous missed the 2021 edition of the Tokyo OQT due to an injury. But now that he has all good to represent the country in the 2024 qualifiers, Ramos said that he has up to the challenge of getting Gilas a chance to get into the Paris Olympic. Anytime I can play for Gilas, it's already an honor for me, he said after their win against the Taiwan Mustangs on Monday at the Billsport Arena in Pasig City. So Asia Cups qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, Olympic qualifiers, I try to play in everything. Continued Ramos, who fired 19 points alongside 4 steals and 3 rebounds. Unfortunately, however, they will be short-handed when they go up against Latvia and Georgia, as they are without Scotty Thompson, who is dealing with a back injury. Featured stories: Journals to Sports with Jersey Fabrics in Paris Haute Couture Show. Paris, June 24. Christian Dior designer Maria Grazia Chiuri nodded to sports with an haute couture runway show in the Paris on Monday that featured jersey fabric work in drap asymmetric gowns. Models in flat gladiator sandals march in past colorful mosaic towering portraits of athletes in action drawn from artwork by American artist Faith Ringgold, and paraded flowing dresses, raised back tops, and embroidered bodysuits. The full winter 2024-2025 haute couture outing from the LVMH-owned LVMH PA opened new tab label comes as France gears up to host the Summer Olympics and follows a week of men's fashion show. Vogue took over the epicenter of French luxury, the place Vendôme on Sunday, with a Vogue World Fashion event, a show that mixes fashion, sports, and celebrity with performances from hundreds of athletes. Constructions of Olympics venue sites has pushed some fashion show to outskirts of the French capital city center, but the Dior show on Monday was held in a traditional venue, a tent in the Rodin Museum garden. Walking from Intramuros to Skulta will be easier when the newest phase of the Pasig River development opens in August. Tourism will be definitely get a major boost once Phase 1C, or the newest phase of the Pasig River urban development plans, opens in August, as it will make walking the tourist spot in Intramuros hipsters haven Skulta, and the oldest Chinatown in the world's Binondo a breeze. Phase 1C is the 250 meters development running from Plaza de Mexico in Intramuros across Jones Bridge and down to the Esplanade behind the Manila Post Office, which was launched last January. It features a walkway on the ground floor with some 32 stalls for commercial lease and a roof deck above it for bikings, walking, or simply enjoying the view of the Pasig River. It is adorned with intricate balusters made by skilled Filipino craftsmen. The entire project which cost around 12.18 billion and extends the entire 26 kilometers of Pasig Rivers, aims to not just be cosmetics in nature, apart from highlighting the importance of taking care of the Pasig River. It also aims healed in the traffic situation by improving pedestrianization and alternative mobility in the area. And for the side stories, let's watch this. And for the trivia, did you know that Davao del Norte is the country's leading producers of banana? Banana, with its many potential health benefits, is one of the most important fruit crops in the Philippines. The Philippine banana industry comprises farmers, cooperatives, traders, exporters, and manufacturers, but it's mainly dominated by large multinational companies. There are three major varieties products in the country. Cavendish, the primary variety; Lakatan, a popularly known dessert; and Saba, a major cooking type banana. The Philippines' third largest producer of banana globally. That's all our news for today. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell button for you to be updated of the activity of Pinoy Rab YouTube channel. This is Gilbert Lopez Martije Katso. Good morning.